Worried about the offside and the chance was lost. Here's a hit again, once again from Higuain. He sees the ball over the head of Tevez. Not great contact.
5 goals in 17 league appearances this season for Gonzalo Higuain. Sema with the throw to Nautic. Sema again.
Sarri is obviously a big fan of Higuain. He had it when he was at Napoli, where he scored a bucket full of goals.
That season we got 36 in 35 league games under Sarri at Napoli. Dybala with the ball inside, Bernardeschi. To feel a little for Bernardeschi. Juve right now, he seems more appreciated at national side level than he does at club level right now. Mancini said he's a certainty for the squad for the Euros.
It's nice to hear, isn't it, if you're a player?
I just think it's not quite worked for him at Juventus. He hasn't kicked on, has he, as much as people might have expected?
Well, there's great competition, isn't there, at Juventus, depending on how he's deployed. He can play from the left or the right, but the likes of Costa, the likes of Dybala, guys who are support players, if you like, the likes of Ronaldo and Higuain. It's a very tough club, you know, to be playing in a team to try and break into and maintain your place. It's a Quadrado as well. He's a talented and utility player, if you like. So, unless you're doing something exceptional pretty much every game, it's hard to get yourself ahead of those guys. His goal-scoring record is probably not as good as it should be, and with that, you know, you get added profile. People see, you know, your value can be measured much more easily on a regular basis.
He's scored twice for Italy since his last Juve goal. That was back on the 1st of October against Leverkusen in the Champions League. Ragan. Danilo.
He's a good player, no question. He doesn't do anything exceptionally well. Sometimes if you don't do that, you don't quite get the plaudits that you do, and when your game is all round just very, very good.
Dybala to strike one. It was Bram Nautic who got in the way of that. Bernardeschi. Danilo. Bernardeschi. Douglas Costa. Dybala. Danilo's gone out wide here. De Ligt. Bentancur, Higuain, Dybala, Higuain, Dybala, Higuain, Dybala, Higuain! Oh, that's wonderful! Magical! The two Argentines. Juventus 1, Udinese 0.
It was a beautiful move, Adam. I have a feeling that this may be getting checked, because it looks suspiciously close to offside and handball as well. Actually, it would be a real shame if he has just straight offside. Higuain, no sign at the moment. Lovely link-up play, isn't it? 1 and 2 touch passing between you both. I must admit the defence, lack of it, I should say, really for Udinese is disappointing. There's lots of ball watching. Here's the final pass. Oh, that's tight, isn't it? It's off the chest, I'll give him that, no doubt.
Well, he was quick, wasn't he, Higuain, to point out the part played by Paulo Dybala in that goal. Sensational link-up play. Remember that Swedish goal, Darlene, Brolin, that goal against England all those years ago?
Yeah,
that might be a little bit of that.
That's what you're going a long way back. It's not that long ago, is it? 22 years, is it? My maths is correct.
Douglas Costa. They're suddenly starting to look in the mood, aren't they, Juventus? I have to say, from a neutral perspective, and I stress a neutral perspective, you almost didn't want to see that goal
No.
ruled out, did you? Because it was just absolutely fabulous.
I was pleased that it wasn't handball. You know, saw that very quickly once we had the replay. Then the offside, you know, moving across the defender like that, across the face, and you can easily see the flag that's flashed. The referee, the official certainly had a look at it. That's why we had the delay between the ball ended up in the back of the net and the restart, but all was good. That's a goal that Sarri will wax lyrical about when he'd be pleased with that one. Well, there's an advert for passive defending, isn't it, from Udinese?
Alexandro. Barat trying to dispossess him. Alexandro's done well here. Could be a long night this for Udinese, particularly if they give the ball away like that.
If they stand and admire the passes of Juventus players, absolutely will be. This will be a walk in the park.
Well, the head coach, Luca Gotti, was not happy with some of the things he saw, even in victory, a convincing victory as well over Sassuolo. One of the things he complained about was how readily they gave away possession, even in a 3-0 victory. And I have to say, we've seen that already in the first 18 minutes tonight as well.
Yes, and they'll be under greater pressure, of course. Rabiot venturing forward. He took more of a tumble. Some of the guys are struggling for game time. The move from PSG. Looking for more starts. It's not transpired that way.
They keep bullying him up in the media, though, you know, Adrien Rabiot. They clearly think that they will eventually get a tune out of him. Sarri's continually called him an important player. Sporting director has too, as he shot was off target from Bernardeschi. I think the thing that's worth pointing out as well with Rabiot is that, of course, he missed a lot of the second half of last season, and I think that's probably a fair excuse as to why maybe he didn't quite hit the ground running at Juventus as some would have hoped he would have done.
Yes, he's another one of those guys you said he didn't do anything exceptionally well. He's a good solid player. He's still quite young, actually, so we have to give him that as well. He's coming to a new country, a new culture, style of play, and sometimes, you know, we can take for granted that players will just move across borders, move continents as well, and expect them to pick up where they left off in the previous club. It's not a long hop, is it, from Paris to Turin, but long enough if you are struggling for game time. Not quite feeling himself, not yet anyway. And once again, competition in the middle of the park. The likes of Pjanic, who's on the bench tonight, the primary mover. He's a national teammate as well, plays with Sweden, another one on the bench.
Floated in by Ayala. Came off the head of Rabiot, headed forward by Alexandro to Douglas Costa. Off Wallace for a throw in here to Juventus.
Just read the intentions, didn't he, of the Brazilian, Wallace, fellow Brazilian. Quite rare actually to get a Brazilian, and we've got both the first and the second name, isn't it? Every week in the lineup. Douglas Costa. It's just answered to the one.
Bernardeschi, the player, fouls.
Wallace Souza Silva, if anybody's interested, is the full name. Udinese midfield man.
They left out their three real big hitters in that midfield tonight with Fofana, Mandragora, who's a former Juve player, and Rodrigo de Paul, who scored 3 goals in his last 3 games as well. Take those 3 out of that midfield, and they're clearly significantly weakened Udinese in that part of the pitch. Bernardeschi. Dybala. Higuain. Dybala looking for Douglas Costa. Teravested behind.
He shouldn't have been looking for him, Douglas Costa. As soon as that first ball is played into Higuain, Douglas Costa has really got to be making that charge into the box. He's the only other option really, and Dybala did the right thing, crossed the ball. And you expect support. Higuain, you would imagine, would have been there if he was the man just that little bit further out. Always hungry for goals, the Argentinian.
Bentancur. Alexandro. Many people have seen this story today in the Italian media that of the big sports dailies in Italy said that Dybala came so close to leaving Juventus over the summer when he was linked with Manchester United and Tottenham. He came so close to leaving that it's said by this paper that he'd recorded a farewell message to the Juve supporters. But they'll be delighted that he didn't depart, and now there's talk in the same Italian papers that he could be offered a new long-term contract.
Yeah, here's one of the reasons why. The ability to ghost in between players and selfishly look for a teammate. He was always on, as I said, pretty passive defending from the Udinese players. Still quality execution. He's been around a while now, hasn't he, Dybala? He's been on the radar. He's been producing for quite a few years. Not had his best goal-scoring return in the last 2 campaigns, but before the arrival of Ronaldo, he was one of the star men, if not the.
Barak.
By this time, Ronaldo's days are numbered, if you like, in terms of being the front man, the main man for Juventus. If he wants to remain in Italian football, you imagine that there's no place to go to at the moment, is there, apart from training ground to this stadium every other weekend.
Barak. Just got away for a moment there from Teodorčić, and then the shot way off target by Teravest. Rare foray forward for Udinese.
Yeah, found himself in a good position, didn't he? And scooped that ball over the crossbar. Yeah, Delict not able to deal with it. He was trying to bend it around Buffon, but way off target.
Made. And Bernardeschi gone down, and it's a penalty kick that has been given here by the referee. It will be getting reviewed, but it's a spot kick that's been given.
Well, Nicholas may just get away with this one. I think he tries to pull his arm out of the way. Bernardeschi is looking for the contact. He makes it. It's not a heavy touch, is it? To be just that yard further away from the goal, that would have been an easy take. I don't see this one being overturned. I don't think it's a clear and obvious error. So I think that pass from Higuain to Bernardeschi was overplayed. Goalkeeper was slow off his line, and the end result looks as if it's going to be a penalty confirmed. And with this guy, probably a goal.
So Paulo Dybala it is who will take it. He's made the first, and he scored the second. The jewel, La Joya, shines bright in Turin tonight. 2-0 Juventus. They are in complete control.
Struck it well, didn't he? Here's that pass again. Yeah, just slightly. It's wide of the goal, isn't it?
And what a good season he's having. So influential for Juventus. Yes, Ronaldo will grab many of the headlines. A man who's scored in 6 league games running. Ronaldo gets a rest tonight, partly because of a bout of sinusitis, but Dybala once again coming to the fore and showing just why he dug his heels in and said, when the club seemed prepared to let him go over the summer, no, I'm not going anywhere because I think I can make a real go of it at Juventus, and he's been proved right.
Yes, patience enough. As I said, he's 26, but you know, these are his prime years.